The Greek Olympic team has been training in Agios Kosmas. Virginia Kravarioti is an Olympic sailor. She comes here every day, even though the conditions leave a lot to be desired. In the run-up to the Beijing Olympics 4 years ago, where she won bronze, the mood was buoyant. But this time around, it's all very different against the backdrop of the Greek debt crisis.
We can carry on training here until we go to London. Then the entire sports center is going to be privatized, because the state has to sell off lots of its assets. This is our second home. We have no idea what we will do after that.
Pole vaulter Nicoletta Kyriakopoulou won bronze at this year's European Championship in Helsinki. She attained her personal best of 4.71 meters last year in London. Both the aging facilities and the lack of funds are making Greek Olympic athletes pretty gloomy.
Things are getting worse by the day. Every month, new problems emerge. Who knows where it will end? Many people my age have no money, not even enough to buy food. How can you concentrate on sport or train for the Olympics under such conditions?
Nicoletta is relatively lucky. Her athletics federation cut its stipends, but the Olympics committee has persuaded private sector sponsors to step forward. She's getting some support.
To make it to the Olympics, you have to have been performing well. That means taking part in competitions at home and abroad, seeing what the international competition is like. If there is no money for that, preparation gets to be extremely difficult.
Greece built a fine new sailing center at Agios Kosmas, a few kilometers from downtown Athens, for the Olympics in 2004. After the Games, it became a commercial marina. But today, parts of the huge site are falling into disrepair. Virginia and Sophia are working on their 472-person dinghy. They need to come up with 3,000 euros to pay for their next qualifying race.
Unfortunately, we chose an expensive and labor-intensive sport. Others just need to take along a swimsuit. We spend hours preparing our boat for transport. Competitions involve huge effort, especially if we have to go abroad.
They have to get by without any sponsorship money. In recognition of her bronze in Beijing, the Greek authorities awarded Virginia a license to run a betting shop with a cafe attached. Her whole family now works there, and her father has decorated the shop with photos of Virginia's achievements. She can finance her sailing with the money she makes here.
This is my source of income. It allows me to carry on doing sports on a professional level. I have no other source of funding anymore. And the betting shop provides my family with a modest income as well.
Virginia is shocked by the way that Greek athletes now have to struggle to get by, just 8 years after the resounding success of the Athens Olympics.
The Olympic Games began here in Greece. This is where the Olympic spirit was born, and the whole idea of competitive sports. The state can't simply give up on its responsibilities, especially towards us athletes who are going to represent our country in London.
The first Panathenaic Games were held in Athens in 566 BC. The first modern Olympics were held here in Athens in the late 19th century. Virginia Kravarioti says Greece must not forsake its ancient sporting traditions or its promising young athletes.